Welcome into Garnet and Gold Grub, presented by TECO People's Gas. I'm Catherine Phillips alongside award-winning chef Travis Johnson. He's the Executive Culinary Director of Seminole Dining here on the campus of Florida State, and he's going to take us through one of the favorite recipes from season 1, probably the best thing I've ever eaten. We're making bread pudding.
We're making bread pudding. And this isn't only a bread pudding, this is a very traditional New Orleans bread pudding. And
I'm so excited.
a recipe that I hold dear and that I learned when I lived in New Orleans, and we now teach and eat everywhere.
Okay, so what makes it traditional New Orleans recipe?
The rum, the liquor, kicking it
go.
up a notch.
Okay.
Yeah. You remember from season 1, we had a lot of fun. Let's throw some gloves on and make the bread pudding. Now the base to the bread pudding is going to be our croissants and our custard, and then we have our bourbon, our vanilla, our white chocolate, and a little bit of sugar.
All right. Now I also remember there was an alternative to the croissants if you want to get crazy with it.
Yes, I think the best way to make the bread pudding is using croissants, but there is a better alternative. You can use glazed donuts.
That sounds insane.
Now, if you use the glazed donuts, just back off the sugar a little bit because it does add up pretty quickly. All right, so we want to start out, we'll tear the croissants, we'll load them in this bowl right here. As you can see, we have some done right here. Let's go ahead and take them all and we'll put them into this bowl.
Take all of these?
Yep. And while Catherine's doing that, I'm going to make the custard. And so the custard is a 3-to-1 mixture of milk to egg. And so we're using 1/3 heavy cream and 2/3 whole milk. You can use half and half, you can use all whole milk. I like to use a little bit of heavy cream just because it makes it that much more flavorful. And incorporate our egg. So this is 3 parts milk to 1 part egg. And we'll continue layering those flavors in. I'm going to add sugar. Whisk that in. About a teaspoon of vanilla. Use pure vanilla, vanilla extract. And then you don't have to add it into the custard, but I think it adds a lot of flavor. I take the pecan liqueur and add it to the custard as well. And our custard's ready. So now we have the basic ingredients for the bread pudding. Our croissants and our custard. So let's go ahead and mix the two. So take your croissants and we'll incorporate them into the custard.
Dip them all in here?
Yeah, just soak them right in. We want them to soak up all of that custard. You know, a lot of people will use French bread or a variety of day-old bread. You want the bread to be a little crusty because it's going to soak up that custard a little bit better.
Okay.
Now, as the bread pudding's starting to set up, we'll go ahead and start on the sauce.
Okay.
All right, this sauce, I started out with medium saucepan, medium heat. And the ingredients for the sauce are equal parts butter and brown sugar. And then we're gonna kick it up with some vanilla and lots of bourbon. And finish it with a little essence of orange and some cream to make it nice and smooth.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna start with our brown sugar. And I'm gonna turn the heat up because we want this brown sugar to melt.
And now you're using natural gas, so what's the advantage of that?
As chefs, we love using natural gas. It allows us to have ultimate control over cooking, especially for a recipe like this, where I need to essentially make this caramel sauce, and I can get that pan nice and hot pretty quickly and control the heat throughout the process.
Okay.
We're gonna add the butter. We're caramelizing the sugar. We're melting the fat with the butter. We want to continually stir this as we heat it, because we want to fully incorporate the butter with the brown sugar. All right, let's add some of the bourbon. Pour some of the bourbon in. Nice and slow. Just see, let's play it by ear here. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Now we'll continue to cook this for about 3 to 5 minutes. And what it's going to do is cook out the essence of the alcohol, but leave all that pecan bourbon flavor that we're looking for in here. Now that we've got that on a slight boil, I'm going to turn the gas down to low. We're going to add our vanilla just for additional flavor, and then finish it with heavy cream, and that's going to help the look, and it's going to smooth out our sauce. You're always going to add your cream nice and slow because the caramel in here is very hot and your cream is very cold. All right, now that I've got the consistency I want, and I know that we've cooked out that alcohol, now I'm going to finish it with an orange. And I like to add a little citrus to the end. It brings out some additional flavors. Plus, we're in Florida. We should finish it with an orange. I'm going to drop my orange in, turn this on low. As the sauce continues to simmer, let's go ahead and check on the bread pudding. So you notice how the custard is set up here? Now when you push down, you want to be able to see the custard slightly come back up and bounce back. And we know that we've got it right. So we want to get our pan ready. We're going to put this on low. We're going to cook in cast iron today and hit it with a little bit of butter to keep the bread pudding from sticking, and also the butter is going to enhance the flavor. And once the pan has heated, we'll pull it off. Now it's time to put the custard and our bread pudding mix into the pan. You see, the longer this sits, it continues to soak up the custard. And that is a perfect consistency right there. All right, one more step before we put it in the oven. Let's add the white chocolate. All right. I'm gonna bake this in the oven on high and 350 for about 20-25 minutes.
Okay.
Put it in. All right, let's check on the bread pudding. What do you think?
I'm ready to eat it.
Well, let's top it off with some of the caramel sauce. You can smell the sauce, you can smell the bread pudding. Oh, it smells so good. All right, should we dig in?
Let's do it. Oh, you're going for the
going
middle.
right for the middle.
Okay.
That's really good.
I'm so happy right now. For full details on this recipe and more information on how you can incorporate natural gas at your home, business, or next tailgating event, go to peoplesgas.com/cooking.